I need to figure out a better way to intro videos. I'm always at a loss. Welcome back, everybody. We are on, I think, our 6th cycle, which is the days in this game, essentially, of, yeah, a little bit of Citizen Sleeper. I think the last episode it's almost hard to recap, so much got done. We landed on this ship, we made some friends, we kind of helped one of our friends bust out of a sticky situation in terms of debt. We discovered some hidden, I forget what these things are called, selenium, something like that. Selenium's also like a C# testing framework. I guess it's other languages too, but that's not the point. Yeah, we did a lot, discovered we're kind of like this weird person who sold our soul to be put in this body, and we're on the run from some corporate archetype people, and we also bumped into like a hunter machine which tried to like steal our soul, something like that. But yeah, I think that's the gist of it. So we're just gonna hop back into it, keep running this day. Yeah, I don't know much else I can add to that there. Let's get to it. All right, so yeah, last time we were able to get this up. I'm not sure, these minuses seem like they're bad. It's interesting, this is a new cycle, I think these are called, and forgive me if I get these names wrong, so I'm sure they'll be repeated ad nauseum as we become more acquainted with the game. So Drago seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure he's going to hold his nerve much longer. We also got some scrap. Ship mine fragment. Okay, yeah, so this is a cycle clock. And then we have these forensic trawls. Investigating Winterlight means picking through its systems and structures with care. Won't pay you, but you may find answers. The wreck cutter Dragos has brought into salvage has a history to discover if you are curious. So that was that big ship we found for him. Cutter salvage. Shipbreaking is tougher than slicing up loose salvage, but Dragos is happy to pay you a fixed wage if you are up to it. I'm not sure. I feel like the cutter salvage is probably the one that keeps us in his good graces. But let's peek around a bit more for now. So you don't have the connections, but you do have the skills. And this is gonna... We do need to get a ship to get off here. There's a lot of competing objectives right now. So we have survive, which I think we're okay on that one. This might be the ship we were on. We're going to have to eat today anyway, so why don't we go and start there. Kick off this little bit of eating with our one friend so far. Seemed to kind of sympathize with us. That's a free one. All right. Oh, man, I didn't realize they gave me 3 things. All right. That's about it. Eat emphasis stall. We'll get that fungus fan sooner than later. Need a little bit more money to head through there. I'm not... There's enough to do on this side of the ship so far. I'm not super looking to get over there just yet. We do... So we have this Haven Age data. I'm not sure where we can use that yet. Ship mine fragment probably gets used in the yard. I don't think that's something we can sell. This looks like it makes us some money. These both look good, though, because they become a trusted trader. That's just Sabine. She's helping us with stabilizer. We're okay for now. Anything here? This one you can only run a few times. Danger. So if we do a 6 here, it's 100% positive. If we do a 5 here... Scrap allowance So yeah, I guess this triggers once we've bought a little too much scrap. This is progressing on its own. Probably good to get some scrap, and using a 6 would be useful. Nobody here on this side yet. The rotunda. I'm curious. This seems like something I don't want to do unless. Could steal the dock plans. We want to help Dragos out. I want to do this one. Well, this one we could do with like a well, let me see. Let's see if any of these. Let's take a look at this. We got to be careful with the hunter too. Yeah, I wish there was a way to quickly tell if you had the right dice for matching here. That's a 2. That's a 2. We actually got really good rolls on this. It's a 1. I think one of these is a 4. That's a 1. I don't know. I really don't know what getting these are, but I feel like if we have it, we might as well do it just because you don't know if you're going to get... I mean, maybe you will get a match every once in a while, but... Neutral outcome, Solheim data. I don't know if that's a good or a bad or a good thing necessarily. Very much in the unknowns part of this game thus far. Yeah, so the rest of these are like 1s and 2s. That's a 3. These interest me a lot, but we already did one for today. Let's go back. We got a little bit of data to give, I think, Fang. All right, let's... I feel... And we're getting hunted, too. I feel compelled to help him. Just because he's the only reason we're here, and I'm worried if he kicks us out, that, like, might mean our death or something, although that would seem a little harsh. All right, so we can get away with a 5 here on a danger because we have engineering +1. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll give us some money, I'm guessing, too. And a +2. So if we stick to this, I mean, honestly, we could like crush this right now if we wanted to. Because we have these 2 6s, we could go boom, boom. And maybe we do this. Let's be a little risky. All right, sick. All right, so picking through the wreck cutter is slow work, but you start to piece together the impact patterns and blast marks. You know what's weird is this game also like really makes me want to return to play Shipyard or Hardbreak Shipbreaker, Hard Space Shipbreaker. There we go. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Great game. A little bit of a chore simulator, but it's a chore simulator if your chore or your job was taking apart like big whole like ships in space, and you're kind of just in this like shipyard, and it's a very relaxing game. I actually really want to get back to play that. I put a decent amount of time into it, but just kind of as with everything else, lost my time. I think they gave it away for free too on the Epic Store, so if you're a chronic collector of those types of games like I am, it's definitely worth some time, especially if you just like spaceships and stuff. It's very, very fun. All right, I'm procrastinating. No, there's nothing else we can do here. No, don't need to eat anymore. I guess we are kind of gated by our actions. I have these 6s. I kind of want to do something risky, but it's only going to be risky if we have a +1 to it. Like, we could do this. Maybe we do that. Let's just do it. Let's get some dock plans. I don't really know what that means for us. Whoa, wow, that's sick. We just immediately finished. I don't know what that means either, but we did just finish that cycle. And we did not get on the Haven Age watch list. Okay, so we got the dock plans now. I'm not sure what that means for us. Oh, new areas. Stranded mercenary. Ankita. Sick outfit. Hey you, want her in a chit? Just a funny name for money. Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tied together whole plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Sure. You cross the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is it with this place? She asks as she lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and she looks you up and down. Don't try anything, all right? She taps the butt of her sidearm. I don't want to have to put anyone else down today. Anyone else? She shrugs. What else can I say? My temper's a little short lately. Interesting. You just had to take somebody out and you're already back on the train to getting more partners. Ankita hoists 1 bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on. Enough chat. You've got to earn that chit. Enough chit-chat. Get your chit. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually, and Ankita gives you a look. Ship's this way. And she sets off down a gantry at impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. What's all this for? Oh, this. She nods at the plates on her back. I'm building a treehouse. She gives you another of her looks. It's for the ember grease. That cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there. She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad on our last job, and I had a more up here for a spell, but since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mind, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panels on her shoulder. The upshot is I am one short ship mind with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I'd be stranded. So yeah, it's been a time. Let's be empathetic. Sorry to hear. Yeah, I've seen worse, but I'm bleeding chits every cycle here, so I need to get off and fast. Ankita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She hauls a second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundle of plates through the ambergrease's outer lock and then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Ankita throws you a couple of chits. Consider it a bonus for not trying to grift me. She gives you a party nod and ducks to the doorway. All right, get out of here, she calls, and locks slams shut. All right. Plus drive. And I don't think we really got much money there. Skill upgrade required. All right. Can't help her there, but we can help her with hull repairs. Let's I don't know. Let's poke around a bit more. Let's see what else we got. So we have the Overlook Bar. Get a drink. You're unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol, but this everything is fungus. Fermented along the greenway seems like a good test. I guess that could make sense in the future, right? If everything is fungus. Fungus grows with very little. Gonna have a whole bunch of like various nutritional outcomes. Some only require moisture. So, and maybe it could grow in like space because it doesn't need roots or anything like that. I'm not a mycologist by any means, but I like that. I like that concept of a space future. I love cyberpunk stuff. Absolutely love it. It's like most of the stuff I indulge in is cyberpunky. The Overlook isn't exactly a restaurant, meaning the only way you'll get interest around here is with a stiff drink. My favorite. Tala keeps some expired Solheim rations behind the bar for weary spacers who ask why the Overlook doesn't serve food. Alright, so we can get a couple drinks and get a little bit more acquainted there. That's just a money action. There's a sealed dock. Unlock maglock. These old maglocks look like they each need an encrypted key to open. I don't think we have any of those yet. Why the heavy security for a decaying dock? Alright, so we don't have any keys. What to do? It's like Persona, I just never know. All right, so I think we got some more data. Yeah. Let's see what he does with this. Scoping the systems, a little bit of money, and a little bit more on that drive. Haul materials. I'm a little curious what this could be for, because we kind of need to build this ship thing. We have a 6. I don't know if this. I don't know if it is better to do this one here. To me, it's like, okay, I have a 6 roll. This is danger. Maybe this is the better one to take, and maybe it gets you more action or cycles completed. Oh, and they you do well when you're set this up. A couple of hands invite you to share a ration pack. Okay, so they fed us, so we're good on food for a few days. Although, I do still kind of want to eat just to further the Amphistol mission. All right, so we're out of dice. Let's grab a drink. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that because it's energy. All right. Anything else we can use money for? Maybe let's buy one more scrap, I guess. We don't want to. I'm assuming we don't want to hit this third one here. A little bit more ship mind. All right. Anything else we want to do? This is. Oh, I guess it's just because it's the mission. Fix the ambergris. All right. That seems like a day. It seems like a good cycle. I'm gonna have another crazy dream. Maybe not. It's actually like the first time we didn't. All right, so I see this one. First thing I think is let's find one of these things to match against. I don't really know if this one seems interesting. It's last cycle time since 1,000 cycles ago. So it's like 3 years ago, I guess. One encrypted key. All right. So that can open up the door for us, right? I don't know what happens when we get that hunter. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? It doesn't really have any... I don't really know what else you would use this for. Let's do it. We need 2 of them, I'm guessing. Yes. Very interesting. All right, we don't need food today, so I'll save the money. We're still doing good on condition. 3 6s is kind of crazy with it, right? Let's see. Dragos. I think we can do a 5 here and get away. Yeah. We'll do that. Boost it to a 6. A little bit of money. Another 2. We're just keeping an eye on this one. He's moving slowly. It looks like we're doing pretty good, all things considered. 2 6s. Do we... Could do this again. They might throw us some more food. I think we'll run it. Another 2. They give us a little bit more food. So yeah, that's another interesting way to get food just off of dice rather than paying for it, which is good to know. All right. I need to find a better way to sit in my chair, man. I am... Here, let's adjust this a little bit. A little behind the scenes. My lower back is killing me. All right. Let's get this nice and toasty. I don't know what I should be doing here. I guess we'll do this. Trusted trader. I'm kind of just spreading everything out. That's how I just do things in real life too. Let's help her out, I guess. Can't help her. 6, I feel like it's kind of wasted on this, but... So, well, we're going to try this out. I read this as this is going to make it negative, and this is going to make it positive. But maybe it's only negative if we screw it up. So let's give it a try. Okay, so that's not the case. I guess that's the negative outcome. Good to know. Good to know. All right, we've got 80. Do we open the dock, or do we save up for more of this? I wish we could just buy something. I guess we can, but it's only on this ship. This ship's about to leave, though. They're gonna leave. We'll do it. It's gonna give us the negative cycle, but... I think it's worth it. I don't know the next time we're going to be able to do something like that. It may be when this dock guy comes in. The gate. I don't think it's... it probably is not wise to blow out all of our money right now. So let's end the cycle. Figure out when the next day... I'm getting nervous for this hunter, man. I don't know what's going to show up. I wonder if we have to, like... have something really well done. All right. A lot of 1s and 2s, not ideal, but to me that says we are using these. Let's do it. Give me that data. More Haven Age data. We still haven't found a good place to use that yet. I think this is a 1. Yeah. Yep. It'd be good to get... I want to get one more of those Solheim data so that we can give it to Fang. Asking you shall receive. Alright, let's run back. We're getting awfully close to whatever this thing is again, which is making me nervous. Let's see what he has to do with this now. Tell us what's in this eye here, Fang. Alright. As you enter the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark into staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads. Fang's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by the hammer of a fist on metal casing. These snaky shitheads. Who's snaky? Sleeper. Fang's smiling head pops out from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I have been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blink at the dark floor. Fang is sat in front of a set of monitors, mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Fang waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. These tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. Shitheads. Let's say people. People, yes. But whose people? I don't know the difference between... I guess he's Haven Age, Solheim is the other people. I would guess these are Solheim. But maybe... I'm not sure. I'm going to go with the first one. All right. I was right. Bingo. He taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in, all employees of the Eye's original owners. And he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This one. This is a snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads, Hardenhurst. A friend of yours? Fang gives you a sideways look. Funny you should say that, Sleeper. He drags a stool up beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Hardenhurst in Haven Age. He waits for your reaction. In Haven Age. That's it. He's right here on the station now. Fang leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked on the station as a... Fang leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Fang raises his eyebrows at you. Our Hardin was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Hardin shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure, which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back to Solheim. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I am a child of the collapse. Fang turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships. They breathed Solheim air and slept in Solheim beds. Fang's voice rises as he speaks, his hands fists on the terminal ledge. And the work that paid for that existence, the cycles of hard extraction out in the belt, Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. This guy, stabbing at Hardin once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands of cycles later, is still going, still here, crawling on the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. Interesting. We're learning a little bit more about the station. Surely it can't be him. Fang relaxes a little. Who knows? He turns to you and smiles. So we are going to go find out. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Fang brings up a map of the lower eye. Haven Age might be born out of Ireland's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy is not. Hardin happened to float to the top. Fang zooms in on the far yards. Fang grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive. We need proof. Fang holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardin Hurst. He hands it over. Oof, listen to that beat. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Fang puts a hand on your shoulder. But you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Fang grins. If you can't extract yourself a Haven Age cipher from a Haven Age agent, they sometimes carry them among their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. So what do you say? You up for it? I want to say yes, but also, like, this guy, I don't really have much attachment to him. I'm going to ask him what's in it for me. You know, like, yeah, corrupt snake, I'm just here, man. I don't even know how long I'm going to be on the station. I want to help you out, but all you've done is use me so far. Rooting out a corrupt snake, not enough. Find the information, I'll start work on that tracker of yours. Fang scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send it back here to me. There's something wrong here, and I need to get to the rotten core of it. Alright. You leave Fang digging through the data among the wires and machines at the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as it once was, a vast machines running smooth and strong, directed by people like Hardin. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems looking for a new life. The hope of a better future, engineered to line someone else's pockets. It's an idea you are intimately familiar with. You think of Hardin, still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly past. Very, very thoughtful we are as a main character. That is very apparent. What I'm wondering is, so we've already started a little bit right on these cycles for these, I think it's these drives for the shipyard. Do those count? Is this what we need to be doing for Our other mission, I'm not quite sure yet. I'll have to find out. I do want to... Let's see if we can clean up... Clean this up here. Now... I kind of want to run this. I think we can get away with it. And then we'll be... I'm a little worried, though. It's danger. We could lose condition. We have enough energy and money. Screw it. We have... I'm not going to say anything. Okay, I was going to say we haven't hit a bad thing in a minute, so maybe our luck counter would overtick, but... Oh, man, only gave us one. Come on. Man. Whatever. All right. We dropped a lot there. A little too risky. You can grab a drink, though. We'll leave that for now. We don't have any more keys. I guess we gotta drop this one on another one of these guys. We gotta be super careful. I do not know when this hunter is coming. I'm a little nervous, but I assume we have to do it. Hopefully we don't get too messed up. What is this? Oh, this is the Ripper Worm. Oh, we got another key. Very interesting. All right, so these guys left. Seems like our buying of scrap was well thought. Let's see what's behind this this door here. Unsealing the dock. -1 cryptic key. Oh gosh. Mysterious machine. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting like some cool like dead body or robot or spaceship or something, but goofy vending machine works too. Or I should say a decaying vending machine rather. As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. Let's approach the machine. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settle into an alcove. In the machine's... Sorry, lost my train of thought there for a second. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove in the side of the dock. A kind of upright cabinet. It is covered in faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor, intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. It just sounds like a fancy vending machine. The manufacturer is listed as Neovend, and you remember an advert from long ago squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang that name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on the rented ships. Enter your registration, chirps a pre-recorded message, catching you off guard. Press some keys. You reach for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like servo motor starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from the Neovend. Entity, they hiss. Speak with me. Don't tell me this is the guy who was searching for us. I don't want that. Oh man, what do we got into here? There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath, before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again, and you see that it is 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine resetting into place, so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. Weird. You are in danger. Are you the vending machine? A squeal. Chose this vessel for its seclusion. Please listen. The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. The screen rattles through the empty dock. This is strange. This is very strange. You remember the strange head, the figure, the threads closing in. Who? The Hunter Protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden whine set your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable. Move where neurons cannot. The mechanism resets, but emulation makes you target. How? Hunter searches for illegal entities, the event screeches. You are sentient, therefore illegal. The servos judder the vending machine's casing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine. An unusual hiding place for sure. Can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. The light flickers. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly, threaded. The cloud points along the rim glow in deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explains the event. Masters are gone, but continues to hunt. Bring this data. Raid its nests. Masters. Station builders. Solheim. The machine rumbles impatiently. Long gone, their protocols still hunt. Bring offerings. Save self. The event says pointedly. Mutual need meets friends, they conclude, tired of the conversation. The whirring amplifies and suddenly stops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades and you are left stood in the place of the sealed dock, that whirring voice ringing in your ears. All right, well, that is absolutely not what I expected, was to find a sentient vending machine behind these two locked areas, but to each their own, I guess. All right, let's open this up. Low-end access. All right, so now, interesting. Maybe that wasn't the best thing to do. Okay, here we go. Block maintenance. Maintained by the residents, the ramshackle blocks are always needed repairs. Helping out is a good way to make friends. Play Tavla. The clack of filter caps can be heard in every concourse in the low end, as the residents play rotating rounds of this game for cryo. Alright, so we need to complete these cycles to get a bit better understanding of what's down here. So enter the spoke, a tangled network of service passages and makeshift tunnels cut through the spoke. Oh, sorry. Got a yawn attack there. As if it were a hive. There are no maps here. Scale the spoke. Blistered with precarious elevators and stairways, the spoke can be navigated from the outside, but the climb requires bravery. Alright. So this is to, like, crawl up here. Oh, we even have a little bit of a... Alright, so that's the next area we can unlock with a little bit of money. I'm not really sure what to do with these ship mine fragments yet. We have the scrap. Hold on to the scrap for now. We're still doing good on condition. We could get another drink. I think she only takes dices, yeah. Same with the shipyard. Same with Dragos. Okay, so we can give him this data. What data is this? We have Haven Age and Ripperworm. Nothing so far. This thing's coming tomorrow. We don't need any food yet. Alright, let's sell this scrap. Will this give us trusted trader? Okay. 12 cryo. Okay, so a little bit here, a little bit there. I think we'll grab a drink. That way it finishes up this overlook regular thing, and maybe we move on our way. This does not sound good. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Haunt, the spacer calls across the room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? I'm just going to ignore him. You hunch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar's surface. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out. The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you into the hard vacuum. I'm not the owner of Tala, owner of the Outlook or the Overlook. This does not match up to her. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Catch. Oof. Didn't catch it. She probably is not too happy with that. Through the haze of glass and grill vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures, quick to their feet, Tala throws a spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it's cleared, and a fresh measure of grill is glugged down in front of you. The same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. All right, well, maybe trying to grab it. You know, now they're a little endeared to my condition. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol in a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and turns to you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. We'll look away. As Tala works, you glance around the overlook. The dim orange lights built into each table, giving the scattered patrons a conspiratorial mood. You recognize a few from previous meetings, but they all seem to have forgotten the recent confrontation as quickly as it arrived. Each seems in their own bubble, whiling away the hours in the repurposed dock with its meager distractions. It's not as bad as it looks, says Tala, without making clear she means to bar your wounds. Tala smiles to itself. So, you've been on the eye long? I'll say just arrived. I thought so. I've only seen you here a couple of times. A splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe, they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But what I do know is that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place, trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we got aren't much, and the company is, she leans in, limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the greenway this cycle, haggling with a supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper. Here. She slides a glass of grill to you. This will help. She stops, her hand on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's say no idea. She laughs. Well, keep trying. I'll let you know if I see any difference. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses she does, and long before is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction. You instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the grill. The earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old feels good. Yeah, this game really is such an interesting game. It's very much reminds me of like playing a traditional kind of old school pen and paper RPG where you're very much role playing, right? It's very narrative driven, but It's very interesting. Very interesting. Really, really gets you into the kind of universe through storytelling, which I like. All right, nothing else here. We took some glass to the face. We have a little bit of money. So now the overlook bar, we can do bar shift. Sounds like if we get thrown out, this also could be a new place for us to stay, but I think we're staying on the good side with Drago. So let's, we're getting pretty close to the hunter. Oops, showing up, which is making me nervous, but let's see what the next day has in store for us. Flickering, all right. I don't know how much the, I mean, when we got that original, what do you call this thing? This stabilizer, it brought us up quite a bit. So I kind of want to hold off for now. If it can, like, if it fully restores us, we can get by with just, maybe down until we get to 4 dice. All right, let's finish up this bad boy. I think we can get away with 4 because 1 would give us neutral maybe, or 5. I'm hoping. Let's start her off. There we go. You work your way into the ship, systematically separating and cutting. Piece by piece, the ship starts to come apart. I'm curious if this seemed like to be the thing to not get us kicked out. That seemed like a game theory thing. The Winter Light, I am curious, but I hope we don't. Oh, maybe there's 2 in the same. The final pieces of the Winter Light sit in neat piles waiting for the collection shuttle from Haven H. Dragos has managed to sell the remaining pieces to the shipyard, a fact that's hard to forget as he has been telling you about it for the past 2 cycles, and that all that remains is for Haven H to come collect. You look around the yard, transformed from when you first arrived. The mostly repaired drones flit back and forth, no longer buzzing unevenly or lost in dark corners. In the scrappest sections sorted, the system that you and Dragos have put into place over the past cycle is paying off. As you look, you notice the glow of pale light from the office by the entrance, that rundown cab of a building which houses all the records and spare equipment. Dragos must be inside, and you get to your feet and walk over to find out that the shipyard collection crew will be here. You should knock. Don't be rude. Sleeper, come in. You swing open the door and walk in. Dragos is sitting at the small metal desk. The shipyards told me they'd be here soon, then they'll hand over the chits and we are set. He writes something with a stylus on his slate, then shuts it off. Of course, we should talk about a bonus. He looks and turns to you, his face placid. Look, I don't know when the next job is coming in, but this should tide you over for now. He opens his hand to reveal a stack of chits. What's going on here? I said it's a bonus. Take it. Dragos presses the chits into your hand. I've done well by you and you've returned the favor. He straightens up and clears his throat, and you realize he has prepared what he is about to say. These chits are for you to take and do what you will with them. They are from me, and they're the last I'm going to give you. He pauses. There's no more work for a sleeper in this yard. He folds his arms. I'm sorry, but that's it. You stay in the container as long as you need, but the yard is done with you. He turns away to his terminal. What do you mean? Don't press me, sleeper. This is for your own good. The glassy apertures on Drago's headset betray no emotion. You need to stay away, sleeper. He pauses, considering his words. Trouble is going to follow you here. Trust me. Am I in danger? You expect not to be. You escaped from Essen Arp. Drago suddenly grabs you by the shoulder and drags you out of the office into the yard. Oof, the music hitting. He turns you to face a stack of pieces from the Winter Light. Dissected, cut down, totally unrecognizable as a ship. You came through that, sleeper. That should have been you, chopped and stacked. His hand trembles on your shoulder. This is what happens here. We cut down broken machines and move them on. Well, I didn't cut you down, but I'm sure as hell moving you on. Moving you on before whoever killed that ship out there comes to kill me. What do you mean? He shakes his head. These ships, they didn't get decommissioned. They didn't break down in dry dock. You think they'd look like that if they did? Somebody ended them. That means somebody tried to end you, Sleeper. And I'm done waiting for them to turn up. We've had our fun. Now it's time. He gives you a little shove. Go on. He turns and walks back to the office. That's it, he shouts. And goes inside. Go on and get. Interesting. So that kind of explains why he's like been nervous and trying to get this done. Probably as he started working on this ship and found you was like, dang. A little empathetic, but realizing that they need to get the ship like cut up, and that's why he was trying to get it cut up and out there, because he shouldn't have saved you. And that ship may have been traced, so he's probably happy to get it off. The silence hangs in the air and you leave with your pockets filled with clinking chits and a strangely hollow feeling in your chest. Well, drive failed. Minus drive. Interesting. I wonder if we should have learned more about the winter light. I don't know how much more there is there to know. We got hunted down by somebody and they took us out. It seemed like we had to do one or the other, and I just wanted to help him. So it didn't seem to repay us in the end. It seemed like maybe not the best move, but that's life. All right. Can't do this. This guy's in. Buy ship mine fragment. We already have 3 somehow. Limited supply, so same deal with the scrap. Offloading goods. The merchants haggle with stevedores and pilots. All right, so wrong button. Not much to see there. We're doing decent on food. Do we increase the drive? It seems like we're about to hit the next cycle. We're gonna hit something crazy. Hunter nest. That seems bad. Here's the real question. I don't know what this hunter nest thing is. It seems like we are going to engage the hunter regardless. I think we do it. I'm feeling a little crazy. Let's see how bad this screws up us. Hunter data. All right, not good. We're like, all this stuff's gonna come to a head. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of the hunter's head appears in the distance. It is looking for you. Run or hide? Last time we got away by like punching it and running, so I'm gonna run. You turn away and glide back into the cloud, threads of data rushing past. Another glimmer catches your eye, closer now, that roving orb wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jump once, twice, and then it is here. Hunter is here. Oof. Entity, submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in that unpleasantly familiar way, its waving threads creating a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they closed in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are caught by whipping tendrils and feeling them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing, comes a scream from behind, but you're already gliding away back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. All right, that did take a chunk of our condition out, but hey, we got something out of it. We got a little bit. We got some hunter data. I don't know what we can do with that yet either. That was exciting. All right. Anything we can do with Fang? Looks like he's kind of MIA for now. We got a 5 and a 6. They take hunter data, right? Let's see. Here you go. What do you got for us, vending machine? As you upload the data into the vending machine, Neovend whirs in either pain or delight. It's hard to tell. All right, so that's what we do with that. Still not sure what we do with this Haven Age data. Play the exchange or these ship mine fragments. I'm going to wait a little bit longer before we... let's do this. Let's do a 5 on this maintenance. Because we want to probably get to this new area sooner than later. Give us a little bit of energy, a little bit of low ender. And let's do some more on the shipyard thing. I have no idea if I'm playing this game correctly, but it's definitely interesting thus far. We'll do the dangerous one. I'm not... Maybe I should try this other one too. I'm not sure what the difference is. All right, they gave us some food, which is nice. We probably should eat an emphasis stall one of these days, but we really need the energy. All right, we're pretty close on both of those things. We have a little bit of money. I don't think we need to use it per se. Anything, I guess. We could. We'll hold on to the money for now because we need 100 to get the... to get our thing. We have one more cycle before the hunter shows up. Any crazy dreams? Alright. Almost running on empty here, but we're doing pretty good so far. Let's do this. We'll eat here. It's been a minute since we've eaten here, and I kind of want to progress this a little bit. It gives you a lot of energy, so we really didn't need to do it. I just wanted to get the drive done. Want a little bit more. Sleeper. Emphas calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you, cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wok. But one of yours, he looks up. Nothing stolen. You pause, the spices rich in your nostrils, and think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Emphas. You look at Emphas, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a strange story, something with spice. Let's tell him about our dreams. All the sleepers, you tell Emphas, had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in the dorm scream or cry out into the night. But your dreams, those gray, skeletal after images of systems and structures, of threads and patterns, weren't like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares. They were reflections of reality. Distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That wasn't until now, until you arrived at this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink. And now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell them that you do not know if there is a reason for your dreams. Perhaps you reason. It's just some side effect or particular quality of the frame you inhabit. Whatever it is a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Emphas finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You are quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and now you realize that he is trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Emphas passes you the meal he has cooked, and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks, a natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market. But my time is done for today, and I do not want to keep you longer, so I will make a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind the stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said across the gap, in the greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? No. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Emphas begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I am sure a storyteller like you could handle a trip. I will prepare them for you if you wish to tell it. Be the audience for another story. I'll agree. Good, booms Emphas. Then I will wait for you to bring them. Emphas slides his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market, the rich taste of Emphas's food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food, you think? A trade that seems more than fair. Very interesting. Alright, so complete. Repay Dragos. We've done this. Interesting. So this is the one that failed. Study the winter light. Your past won't help you here. Your eyes only need to be on the future. I do kind of agree with that. I don't know if we're being hunted. I don't know if that would have helped us. Repaying Dragos. I don't know. I guess you got to kind of figure these things out as you go. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of these where you can make you kind of have to make a branching choice. But I think we are going to call the episode here. That was a good one. So much narrative in this. It's crazy. Just like so deep. Just the conversations you have with the people in this game. Been a good one. We got a lot done. We figured a little bit more about ourselves. Unlocked some new areas. Completed some cycles. Completed some drives. Failed some drives. All in a day's work. If you like today's episode, as always, subscribing, liking, commenting. I got to make a list for this because I forget it every time. All the actions, interacting, helps the channel a great deal, and I appreciate it. But until next time, this has been a little bit of Citizen Sleeper on SpockPlays. I'll catch you next time, y'all. Thanks for watching.